hour. They walked in, no guns on the other side. They had the guns, and they killed 14 people, many wounded, many in the hospital to this day, but they wounded many. But they killed 14 of their co-workers, and the co-workers thought they were friends. So there's something going on. Now, I tell you again, same story. If we had guns on the other side, it wouldn't have been that way. I would have, boom. If we had guns on the other side, it wouldn't have been that way. And then you have the gun-free zones. The gun-free zones, that's real. We had a case, you know, about a year and a half ago was the first I really heard of this. And where you had the 5 military people, great people. One was a master marksman, a master with anything he touched having to do with guns, weapons, anything he touched. And they were told, this is on a military base, folks, on a military base. They were told, put your guns away, got to put your guns. These are, you know, soldiers. These are people that are representing us. These are the top of the line. These were 5 great, brave, incredible soldiers. Put your guns away. So their guns are locked up, put in a different area of the place. And this whack job walks in and starts shooting them, killed all 5 of them. Gun-free zones. We're getting rid of gun-free zones, okay? I can tell you. We're getting rid of that. Thank you. Thank you. That wasn't part of my speech. I must be honest with you. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't read you what I have here. But in fact, if I would have known teleprompters, I would have used them. I've started to use them a little bit. They're not bad. You never get yourself in trouble when you use a teleprompter. You know, the problem is it's too easy. We have a president who uses teleprompters. It's too easy. We should have non-teleprompter speeches only when you're running for president. You find out about people. The other way, you don't find out about anybody. So, the Second Amendment is under a threat like never before. Crooked Hillary Clinton is the most anti-gun, anti-Second Amendment candidate ever to run for office. And as I said before, she wants to abolish the Second Amendment. She wants to take your guns away. She wants to abolish. Just remember that. The NRA and the late hero, and he was a great guy, Charlton Heston, who many of you knew. I met him a few times. He was an incredible guy. Did battle with the Clintons to protect our Second Amendment. The NRA has led the fight time and time again to protect our fundamental freedoms. This is an amazing group. I'll tell you, Chris and Wayne and all of the people, and I've gotten to know a lot of these are incredible people, and they really believe. This isn't like a job. They really, really believe. And we're all lucky to have people like that, I will tell you. Really lucky. Of course, if they didn't endorse me, maybe I wouldn't say that. I would. Hillary Clinton wants to reverse the Supreme Court decision, D.C. versus Heller, upholding the right to keep and bear arms. Hillary said the Supreme Court is wrong on the Second Amendment. That's bad. That's like what she said about the miners. We're going to put the miners and the mines out of business. Then she goes, right? Then she goes to, oh, boy, I'll tell you, West Virginia, how would they? I hate to say I won Kentucky, but I won West Virginia by even more. But of course, she made that statement after I had already won Kentucky. We're going to win them all. We're going to win them all. We're going to win them all. If Hillary gets to appoint her judges, and this is really important. Look, defense is number one. We have to protect our country. Defense, economy's all important. Everything's important. But without defense, we don't have a country. And our military, as you know, it's being decapitated. What they're doing to our military is incredible. I saw over the weekend a documentary on our great airmen. And these are people that are flying our jets, and they're running out of parts for our fighter jets. And these are fighter pilots. These are incredible men. And they're going to junkyards, plane graveyards, they call them, where the planes are. They're graveyards where the old planes. And they're taking parts off. They're cannibalizing the planes. They're taking parts off the planes, and they're putting them onto the jets. And I'm saying, is this the United States? Why don't we have new equipment? And a man got up, great guy, looked as good or better than Tom Cruise. And you know what I'm talking about, because that was a great movie. And he said, you know what? I've been in this for 20 years, and it used to be so incredible. And now it's like a different world. The equipment, the way it's maintained, everything. It's like a different world. And I just have to say, just to interrupt what I'm going to be talking about, I have to say, we're going to make our military bigger and better and stronger than ever before, and nobody is going to push us around. Nobody. Nobody. Thank you. And by the way, as part of that, we are going to take care of our great veterans, and I have to tell you, the proper way, the proper way. All right, thank you, everybody. Thank you. If Hillary gets to appoint her judges, you know, one of the biggest and most important reasons to win this time, it's very unusual. Sometimes you get no judges to appoint. Sometimes you go for years and there's no judges. Probably there'll be a minimum. You have Scalia, who was one of the greats. Well, his position's up. Great. He was great. But you have Scalia, so you have one before you even start, assuming, and I'm sure that Mitch and the guys are going to be able to hold out. I have no doubt about it, because we don't want anybody taking that slot. But you have Scalia, and you'll probably have 3. It could be 4. And it could even be 5 judges. So I think in terms of president, and we're talking about a 4-year period. And of course, we intend to be there for 8 years. But we'll make it so good in 4, you'll probably say you don't need to do it any longer, Mr. President. But I can't stress in any stronger fashion, whoever the next president is going to appoint, from 3 to 5 judges. And if it's Hillary or whoever, assuming she's allowed to run, because you know what? What she did with her emails is so criminal, is so dishonest, is so shocking that she shouldn't be allowed to run, but it looks like they're going to let her run. And that's okay with me, because really, I do want to run against her. I have to be honest with you. So if she gets to appoint her judges, she will, as part of it, abolish the Second Amendment. And I have to say, that would be, in my opinion, that's what she's going to go for. And it's a little like she did with the coal miners. She said about, you know, she's going to put the coal miners, she's going to put the mines out of business. Then she went to West Virginia and she said, oh, well, I tried to retract. You know, she tried to retract.